Right friends, welcome back to Facts and Figures. This is 15th week. Look at the first item. The loans disbursed through Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana have crossed the target of rupees 1.8 lakh crore in 2016-17. At the same time, don't forget the target for 2017-18 is kept as rupees 2.44 lakh crore. This is one aspect, and another aspect which you should not forget is Mudra supports not only banks but at the same time non-banking financial institutions. Specifically, it supports microfinance institutions also. And you may have a doubt, what is meant by microcredit? Microcredit is the credit up to rupees 1 lakh. So, if someone is talking about microcredit, it is the credit up to rupees 1 lakh. And let us come back to the discussion. Here, almost 70% of the loans were granted by banks, whereas around 30% are granted by non-banking financial companies, right? So, non-banking financial companies means mainly they are microfinance institutions or MFIs. And out of the total borrowing, 70% of the borrowers were women. This is most important aspect, and 20% belongs to scheduled caste. And I have given here this Mudra. Mudra is registered as NBFC with Reserve Bank of India, and it is subsidiary of SIDBI. And other important aspects are, it is funding the unfunded. Basically, it has to look at the welfare of micro enterprises. If you have doubt what is meant by micro enterprise, please refer to MSMED Act of 2006. And all of you are clear about Shishu, Kishore, Tarun loans. Please go through this. And at the same time, it is to support micro credit scheme for loans up to rupees 1 lakh through microfinance institutions. So, basically, Mudra is a refinance agency. It is to develop micro enterprises. It is a NBFC registered with Reserve Bank of India. It is a subsidiary of SIDBI. So, these things, and most important is, it will give refinance not only to banks but also to non-banking financial companies, say microfinance institutions, right? These things are very, very important. Haripur nuclear power plant is in the news recently. It is in West Bengal. It is in West Bengal, Purba Mednapur district of West Bengal, and 1000 megawatt nuclear power reactors with Russian collaboration are expected to come here, and it is into the problems for the past 10 years, and now there are plans for reviving this. Teesta is the bone of contention between India and Bangladesh. It is the tributary of Brahmaputra. So, please don't forget, Brahmaputra river is called Jamuna in Bangladesh. And please look into this. This is a Teesta, and this flows through Sikkim and West Bengal and flows into Bangladesh. And ultimately, it flows into Brahmaputra river, or you can say Jamuna river in Bangladesh. And remaining things I have given here. We deliberated a separate capsule last week on Teesta. Please go through it. The next one is All India Synchronized Asian Elephant Population Estimation. It is one species of elephant, Asian elephant, African elephant, like that. Asian elephant is one species of elephant, that is the one part. And at the beginning of 20th century, there were around 1 lakh Asian elephants. At the beginning of 20th century, there were around 1 lakh Asian elephants, and now they reduced substantially, and out of these Asian elephants, around 30,000 are in India, and this census is going to be held shortly. And please don't forget, this Asian elephant is endangered as per IUCN Red List. So, as per IUCN Red List, this Asian elephant is categorized as endangered. Look into the next one, nomadic elephant. These are the joint military exercises between India and Mongolia. Please look into this. this is the map of Mongolia, and here the border for Mongolia is just two countries. One side it is China and on the other side it is Russia. So only two countries have border with Mongolia. This is one part. And second important part is the place where these exercises are held. The name of the place is Wairengte. This is situated in Mizoram. And if someone talks about nomadic elephant, these are joint military exercises between India and Mongolia. Please don't forget Sagarmatha Friendship 2017. Sagarmatha Friendship 2017 are the military exercises for the first time held between Nepal and China. And please don't forget, Sagarmatha is the name of Mount Everest in Nepal. So these things don't forget. Then let us look at next issue. The first rail freight service from United Kingdom to China departed from Essex, that is the place in UK. And please look into this picture. In the month of January, one freight train from China reached London. So this is a part of Belt and Road Initiative. And please don't forget, Belt and Road Initiative Conclave is going to be held in May 2017 in China. And several countries, including some of our neighbors, are going to attend Belt and Road Initiative Conclave to be held in China in the month of May. Right? Look into the next one. The World Homeopathy Day was celebrated on April 10. So, homeopathy is an example of alternative medicine, and this was developed by Dr. Christian Frederick Samuel Hahnemann, and he belongs to Germany. This was invented in 1796, and convention theme I have given here. And in India, Ayush Ministry looks at this alternative medicine of homeopathy. And look at this slide. What is the meaning of homeopathy? Homeopathy means here medication is through natural substances. Natural substances are being given as medication, and here natural substances, the theory behind homeopathy is the natural substances which cause symptoms of disease in healthy person. The natural substances which cause symptoms of disease in healthy person, they are used. Basically, the same substances are used that cures similar symptoms in sick person. Right? So, this is the theory behind homeopathy. Then the Prime Minister laid the foundation stone for a multimodal terminal and a 4-lane bridge on Ganga River in Jharkhand's Sahibganj district. And this is a part of developing this National Waterway 1. So, National Waterway 1, I would like to throw some light on it. Please look into this. National Waterway 1 starts from Allahabad right up to Haldia. It passes through 4 states, that is Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. And if you want more information, you see at present there are 111 national waterways in the country, and this Inland Waterways Authority of India under the Ministry of Shipping, this is the nodal authority. And National Waterway 1, this is between Allahabad to Haldia. This is the project being developed under Jal Marg Vikas project. And another important aspect is it is supported by World Bank, and the total project length is, or you can say total National Waterway 1 length is 1620 kilometers from Allahabad to Haldia, and now part of it is going to be developed with World Bank assistance. World Bank is giving rupees 4,200 crore. And why water transport is significant? Please go through this. You will understand why water transport is significant. And if you go ahead further, and share of waterways in transportation in our country is just 3.6%. Share of water transportation in our country is 3.6%, and efforts are there to increase it to 7% by 2018. And if you look at countries like China, Korea, Japan, they are 40% or more, right? So government is pushing for increasing water transport. Then UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres selected Nobel Peace Prize winner Malala Yousafzai as a messenger of peace. So she becomes United Nations youngest ever messenger of peace, and this is the highest honor bestowed by the United Nations on a global citizen. So UN messengers of peace are recognized public figures basically who help to raise worldwide awareness of organizations, ideals and activities, right? National Maritime Day was celebrated on 5th April. Please don't forget, there is a differentiation between National Maritime Day and World Maritime Day. National Maritime Day is observed on 5th April basically to commemorate the first voyage of Indian-owned ship SS Loyalty from Bombay to London on 5th April 1919, and World Maritime Day is observed during the last week of September. Look into the next one. RBI has decided to implement half-hourly settlement in batches instead of hourly settlements for NEFT. NEFT is National Electronic Fund Transfer, and here it will reduce the clearance time. Previously under NEFT means National Electronic Fund Transfer, and here transfer of money takes place in batches, not individually. In batches it takes place. That's why it is known as Deferred Net Settlement System or DNS system, and previously it used to settle transactions on hourly basis. Now RBI decided that half hourly settlements will be implemented, and because of half hourly settlements, efficiency of the NEFT system will increase, and this half hourly settlements will start from 8:30 AM onwards. So this will be sent in batches from 8:30 AM onwards. Daily 23 batches will be there, right? So the technical name for this is Deferred Net Settlement or DNS. Raman Roy was appointed as new chairman of NASSCOM. What is NASSCOM? NASSCOM is a non-profit organization established in 1988, basically to look at information technology as well as business process outsourcing. You can say it is the trade association of IT and BPO sectors, and the outgoing chief is CP Gurnani. He is the CEO of Tech Mahindra, and Raman Roy is going to be the new chairman of NASSCOM for 2017-18. Right? NASSCOM full form, please understand, National Association of Software and Service Companies, most important from banking examination perspective. Iceland became the first country to neutralize gender pay gap. Please don't forget, as per 2015 Global Gender Gap Report, as per 2015 Global Gender Gap Report given by World Economic Forum, Iceland ranked first, followed by Norway, Finland and Sweden. Now the country introduced a bill in parliament which makes mandatory pay parity if the employees are 25 or more. So, if the employees in the organization are more than 25, or you can say 25 or more, then this gender parity comes into picture. That means you have to pay equally to both the genders for the same positions, right? Please look into this. This is Iceland map. India and Bangladesh signed 22 agreements, and here one important aspect is $4.5 billion of credit, or you can say line of credit. Line of credit means a limit will be given, and subject to that limit they can utilize money. So the limit is $4.5 billion to support infrastructure projects in Bangladesh. At the same time, $500 million basically to support defense purchases for Bangladesh. These two are known as line of credits Line of credit means limit up to which they can borrow money. That is the limit. If they are in need, they can borrow up to that extent. And please look into this, 4097 kilometers of border Bangladesh had with India. And look into the next one. India ranked 40 among 136 countries across the world in 2017 Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index. Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Index is released by World Economic Forum. India's position in 2015 was 52 and now it raised 12 places to reach 40. And top 3 countries, Spain, France and Germany. Then the sex ratio at birth in Haryana for the month of March 17 crossed 950 mark for the first time. And in view of the skewed sex ratio, all of you please recollect, in view of the skewed child sex ratio of 0 to 6 years age group, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao was launched in 2015. Now the state says that it touched 950 mark, that is the sex ratio at birth for March 2017. That is a good sign. If you look at Haryana, then Haryana government launched Operation Durga. Operation Durga is basically to ensure women's safety in the state, and this is similar to Uttar Pradesh's anti-Romeo squad. And under this operation, teams formed by the Chief Minister's flying squad will visit schools, colleges, bus stands, railway stations to look at the persons harassing women or girls. So, this is similar to anti-Romeo squads of Uttar Pradesh. Then India and Australia have launched India-Australia Sports Partnership, and under this framework 2 important universities in Australia, one is Victoria University, second one is University of Canberra. These 2 universities will help India to establish National Sports University. So, to establish National Sports University in our country, 2 universities will help us, and similar to this Australian Institute of Sport, on similar lines of Australian Institute of Sport in India, National Sports University will come up, and for that 2 universities will help, and India-Australia Sports Partnership was signed. Look into the next one. Union Cabinet approved setting up of Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy in Visakhapatnam. So, Indian Institute of Petroleum and Energy will come up in Visakhapatnam in newly formed state of Andhra Pradesh, and this is part of the commitment under the 13th schedule of Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act of 2014. And another important aspect is this will be developed as a center of excellence, and the governance structure will be just like IITs. So, it will have legal mandate to grant degrees similar to that enjoyed by IITs, right? Look into this. This is Visakhapatnam, coastal city of Andhra Pradesh. Then, India at present has 19.88 crore active LPG consumers. And I would like to tell you, actually, under Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, 2 crore connections were released, and the overall target is 5 crore connections by 2018-19, and India is on track to achieve that. Probably this 5 crore connections under Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana will be achieved much prior to the target date, and national LPG coverage is at present 73%. So, at present 73% households are covered by LPG in our country, and government's target is to take it to 84%. Right? So, probably India may achieve this within next 2 years. Right? Look into the next one. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved increase in minimum support price for raw jute from Rs 3200 to Rs 3500. Jute is a cash crop, and it is also known as golden fiber because of its color, and it is used as raw material for packaging industry, but it is facing stiff competition from synthetic products, and it will benefit around 40 lakh farm families, and West Bengal, Bihar and Assam account for 95% of the total area, right? This is as far as jute is concerned. Exports during 2016-17 increased by 4.7%. They touched around $275 billion. Last year, it was $260 billion or so. They increased by around 4.7% and they reached $275 billion. And about exports imports scenario we discussed in a separate capsule or in why and how in detail. NK Singh committee recommended fiscal deficit target of 3% by financial year 2019-20, and the committee led by NK Singh was constituted to review the provisions of FRBM Act. FRBM Act stipulates 3% fiscal deficit, and finally FRBM committee recommended overall 60% public debt to GDP ratio by 2023, 40% for center, 20% for states. Right friends, let us conclude. Have a nice day. Thank you.